Good morning, ANA. I am Royce Fielder. We are back with news and updates from campus and around the country. A significant event has passed and ANA TV would like to shed light on it. Midterm elections. What are they for and why are they so important? Harrington King looked into this for us.
As we all know, every 4 years we hold a presidential election. But the midterm elections happen right in the middle of a presidential term, 2 years into the term and 2 years before it ends. Midterm elections typically have a lower turnout than presidential elections, but are vital to the democratic process. Here, Americans are represented by 535 lawmakers in Congress, which is split into two chambers, the Senate and the House of Representatives. Members of the House are elected every 2 years, while senators are elected to staggered 6-year terms. This means 1/3 of the Senate seats and all 435 of the House seats are up for grabs. But also local politicians are elected during midterms. Governors and state representatives. You see why they are so important. For ANA TV, I'm Staff Sergeant Nicholas Harrington King.
Thank you, Nico. We hope that this was a good way to break down on such an important event. We believe in the importance of education and thinking about the world issues, specifically in our country's standing. Our generation must start thinking about how we want our country to look. Soon, it will be our turn to change the nation and our world. Our opinions matter, and we need to start getting more involved in this great nation. In fact, we had 2 cadets that were able to vote this year.
First time voting.
How did it feel?
I felt really good.
It was pretty good.
Long line.
Long line, huh?
Long line.
Yeah.
Did you have to look stuff up, or how did you know what to do?
Learned at AP Gov.
Yeah, Mr. Zamora, our teacher in AP Gov, taught us about the props and then along with the electees that we got to vote for.
You're amazing. We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
It's never too early to start researching how to vote and to make sure that our country goes in the direction that you think is right. We included 2 young underclassmen to work on a project about a recent proposition that was in our last ballot.
Hi, this is Zachary Caprignano, and this is
Kaden Jansen.
What is Prop 28? Proposition 28 provides an effort for public schools to have better arts and music education.
These courses would be similar to the ones offered here at ANA and other private schools, like the ones that Mr. Musser and Mr. Matsuoka teach. For example, art, photography, and music class. Schools could use this new way of money allocation, which would grow or shrink the economy to fund a wide range of art programs.
Prop 28 takes money from Prop 98, which passed in 1988, which requires the state of California to provide a certain amount of money for public education every year.
The proposition will have brought $1 billion for arts and education in 2021, at least $97,000 per year per public school in California if we had voted on Prop 28 in 2021.
Prop 28 passed on Tuesday, November 8th with a 61.5% acceptance rate.
How do you think this will help public schools?
I think one of the more difficult things every public school faces is how to allocate their budget. And there's a lot of pressure to put all their money towards these flashy new programs, especially those that are involving engineering, science, technology, and math. But this will sort of make a commitment towards those schools, towards those arts and music.
As a private school person, we're not bound by a lot of the state things, which is great. But I think that having a law like that isn't a terrible thing necessarily, because the first thing to cut when times get tough are arts and music. And a lot of times, if you just take our cadets on campus, a huge amount of them listen to music. And a large amount of those like to have some form of art in their lives. And so the fact that they're the first to cut isn't a surprise, because they like to stick to the core subjects. But I think that making sure that those electives are always an option for kids is really the most ideal situation we could have for any school.
I think just like students that aren't passionate about history, you need to take history courses to better understand the world. The same applies to art and music. Not to mention, you might also find your passion while taking those art and music classes, like I did when I took film classes in college.
For ANA TV, this is Zachary Carpignano
and Kaden Jansen.
Thanks, guys. Great job. Next is Fengjing Zhao with an update on ANA's newest community involvement.
As a new chapter in ANA's community outreach, we hosted this year's The Multiple Sclerosis Walk. This is what we learned.
This is our multiple sclerosis challenge walk. They walk 50 miles over 3 days, starting here, and day 1 ends in Del Mar. Day 2 starts in Del Mar and finishes in Pacific Beach. And then day 3, they walk the Silver Strand in Coronado.
They walk a total of 50 miles.
There's over 1 million people in the United States that are affected by multiple sclerosis. There's 2 different kinds. There's relapsing remitting, and then there's primary progressive. And so there's not a cure or cause for why someone has MS.
Multiple sclerosis is a disease in which our own immune system eats away at the protective covering of nerves. Some of the symptoms included are pain, vision loss, and impaired coordinations. For ANA TV, this is Fengjing Zhao.
Thanks, Fengjing. Community outreach was also behind the next ANA event. Twice a year here at Army Navy Academy, we sponsor a very good cause of blood donation brought by the Red Cross Foundation.
I am helping to organize this. I'm organizing this blood drive with ASB. Every year we do a blood drive, and each year we try to get as many cadets out as we can to help donate blood.
The American Red Cross blood supply remains vulnerable. The need for blood is constant, and it's within our efforts to help ensure a safe and stable blood supply for people in need.
We think it's really important because even one donation can save up to 3 lives. And every year, millions of people need blood transfusion. So it's really important that we have people donating that so that they can have access to it.
We want to thank all the participants and Alexander Shen with ASB for helping with this blood drive. From ANA TV, this is Royce. We have been busy on campus, and maybe that is why time flew by so fast. We are already at the end of the first semester. Hang in there and finish strong. Before that, we'd like to come back to some uplifting memories. That was it for today. We hope you enjoyed our show. See you after the holidays and have a good break and stay safe. For NATV, I am Royce Fielder.